Okay, so can you tell me your name and a little bit about your daughter on what age she started and why she started?
Okay, hi, I'm Poojita Namuri. My daughter Aditi is Aditi Kalidindi. So she started at the age of 5. Actually, she just finished her 7th year like 1 week ago, like August 3rd week. So initially, I started because she was not very, what do you say, she's so shy, introvert. I used to be like that as a child. So that's one thing I didn't want my daughter to be like, because even at this age, sometimes I'm like a little reluctant, just like now. So that's one thing that's pushed me, and self defense.
Okay, awesome. And is there is there something that you were hoping for? I know you mentioned that you were hoping that she would get more confidence and not as much shyness. Is there anything else in specific that you were hoping that she achieved with the program?
So actually, when she started, it was just that discipline and focus because she started at the age of 5, even before she started kindergarten. So my original thing was just focus, discipline, and maybe a little strength at that age. But now, actually, when I think about it, especially with her finishing her black belt last year, my when I think back at the journey that she had, I really got lucky with you guys, because now when she talks about how she implements the lessons that she learns in class, outside in her outside world, I would say outside the dojo, that's pretty impressive. I wish you, I could also just come here,
Well,
like some.
that would be my question is, um, what lessons do you feel like she has learned here that you mentioned that she takes and uses them outside of the dojo?
Hmm, tough to point out, but maybe the confidence that she has now. Uh, I can see that difference, like from especially after her purple belt, probably after that age when she's growing up. I think she had a good, what do you say, good trainers in you, I would say, because sometimes teaching the technique is different, and then just letting them know the correct lesson at the correct point where they understand it. She is not a person who would just say everything. Every day I ask her, how's school, how's class, good, that's the only thing I get. But when she does something and she, uh, let's say, implements it in her outside world, I'm like, sometimes I'm impressed, and I ask her, and she's like, you know what, Mr. Angel said this, or Mr. Chris said this, like, she just picks up. Then I'm like, that's interesting, because sometimes I feel, because you probably work with so many kids, you know how to, like, convey the message in the easiest way. Probably that's what I think. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this was so easy to say, like, as parents, it's like it's all trial and error, right? With your kid.
Right.
So that's one thing I loved
Yeah,
it.
I like that. That's a good answer. I never thought about that before. So that's
because
one
like
question.
because like I said, she said pick your battles. I would have never said that to my child, but when she does implement it, and she told me that Mr. Angel, like, literally said pick your battle, you don't respond to everything. I don't think I have that self control even now at age 40, if I can say. Not 40 yet, but yeah, close enough. That self control to, like, not react to everything, but then know when to react when it makes an impact, probably.
Yeah.
Self control.
Sure. Thank
You touched on it there, but how do you feel as a mother? It's tough to take your kids someplace and trust that people, especially in an environment like this where they're being taught not only martial arts but life lessons.
Yeah,
And
that.
protecting your kids is like the most important thing, and trusting a
Mhm.
place like this, trusting these guys with your daughter, to teach, not only teach her the physical, but to teach her the mental and
Yeah, initially when I start, I mean, like I found this place via Google, so that's why I say I got really lucky because now I know parents who have been around different places and then they come here. So I was skeptical, like every parent is. I would just be here in the dojo, like 30 minutes class, I would be like 5 minutes before, 5 minutes later, I would just watch every move, how sometimes after a while, how your teacher is teaching your kid. And I'm amazed at the patience you have, especially because she started at 5, like every time correcting, not just my kid, now. For example, like I don't know if this comes into that, but now when I saw Aldo get his third, where I just felt emotional too because I'm connected to his journey. Like I've been here for 7 years. I've seen him also grow. Like, you just have that connection, and the conversations that I have with the trainers, like, you always have time for parents. That's one thing. And when you have, I think as a parent, your instinct sometimes tells you, okay, this is a safe place. This is the kind of person this person is or your trainer is. So, yeah. That's one thing I really, I don't think I said that enough to you. But yeah, especially the time when Aditi wanted to quit when she was brown belt and you took time, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just to talk to her, like, Yeah.
That's awesome. And how does it make you feel as a parent to have, these kind of people in your daughter's life?
Of course, like, now they're family, and I sometimes feel like that's a good influence to have because they have seen kids of all ages and then they know the problems that they deal with. Sometimes I feel kids, I don't know, for whatever reasons you try to be your kid's friend, but sometimes they are not as open as they are with friends probably and others. So I feel like this place will be her place where she can share ideas and get some, like, valuable, like, what do you say, solutions if she has to when she's a teenager, or like, so that's one thing, because the conversations that she has, it's not just technique or anything, it's sometimes life lessons, like, when she comes back home with those, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a lesson for me too, like, so yeah, it's fun, especially you make it so fun, so it's not like, okay, she's going to class, like, every day. She's been here for probably, this is her 7th year, but then for at least 5 years she's been here 4 to 5 times a week. Now with different classes coming up, she cannot make 4 times a week, but if you don't make it a safe, fun and engaging class, I don't think they'll come back. Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you.